Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody guys. Today we'll take a look at the euro currency. So our yesterday setup on the Great British Pound is still valid and it's really interesting in a medium-term perspective because mostly stands on the daily chart. Also we're keeping an eye on our double repo pattern on the Japanese yen. Very soon maybe we will return back to discussion of the Canadian dollar because I was suspicious about that's unstable rally on the crude oil. As you can see, crude oil is dropping heavily right now today, and yesterday's also was dropped, and Canadian dollar hasn't shown any reaction yet on this action. So it could happen that if we will be right in our expectation about crude oil prices and relative and the corresponding impact in the Canadian dollars, probably we could return back to discussion of the breakout of our major level. But this is probably hardly will happen in the current week, so maybe on the next week. On the euro currency, guys, right now market stands relatively quiet because, as you know, today will be the Trump press conference, and it will start in 4 past noon on the Greenwich, so UK time. This will be 5 past noon in Europe, and on the United States it should be at 11 in the morning EST time. So that's why hardly we will see any drastic action before the Trump will say something. And currently it's most interesting when investors mostly expect what he will say about the measures in the economy. So what the stimulus it intends to provide. So what about the tax cutting and so on. So investors trying to estimate the spendings, the inflation injection that could happen due to these measures that Trump administration could take. Because any stimulus, any tax cut will be combined with the spending, the expenses. And that's another part of the inflation spiral in the United States, and that could push the Fed to more aggressive tactics on the rates and so on. That's why this press conference will be very important, but only if Trump will say something. So that's why currently market stands relatively quiet, and they just wait what will happen. Speaking on the euro currency, guys, as you can see, we're watching for retracement right now. So market has broken the natural behavior of this one-leg retracement. We have talked about this previously. I will show another time. So as you can see, previously market held very well this harmonic swing up. So for 3 times in a row, the same retracement is taking place. As soon as this retracement has been completed, market started dropping. We said market probably should continue move lower, but suddenly on the closing, the massive short position against the Chinese yuan, this has impacted on the overall markets. Retracement stopped and euro currency turns to the upward action. This action has broken the normal tendency of one-leg retracement, as we said. That's why this has led us to conclusion that probably we need to get something greater, some kind of the higher retracement is possible. But right now, as you can see, market is stuck in our resistance, so it even can't pass through the monthly pivot point. It's trying first reach the overbought trend lower. It's trying yesterday again. It's failed. So market right now is calling around the resistance that includes the Fib level 10670 daily overbought and monthly pivot resistance one. The problem for the euro is that as investors are returning back to the markets after the holidays, they start to increase the bearish bet on the euro currency in the favor of United States dollar, because as the recent CFTC data has shown, we have seen that on the euro currency, it was new shorts were open, and maybe market and euro would like to show the upward action stronger, and probably it could show if the balance between the shorts and longs will stand the same as the before the holidays. But as soon as new shorts are coming and have come to the market, that prevents euro for the upward action. So by market mechanics, it stands in two-leg upward retracement. By the just cash flow, additional money flow in the favor of United States dollar doesn't let it to continue this upward action. So that's why the Trump press conference could become really important for the current action, because it could bring us a clarity. Maybe euro will drop and will continue action right down, because currently, guys, as you can see, actually euro currency stands inside this swing. So nothing really new has happened. The market hasn't overcome, hasn't broken through this area. So by later, the market still stands with this harmonic swing and has exceeded it. So that's why we can't even say that this is another part of this two-leg retracement has started. So on the intraday charts on the 4-hour time frame, so our next target stands here, as we have talked previously, 102.20. It's almost the same. Trend is bullish here. Price action is very choppy. It's definitely some kind of retracement. And currently, guys, by this action that we see, it's not the fact yet that your currency indeed will break it. So I really count on the Trump press conference today. So on the 4-hour time frame chart, we continue to monitoring for pattern. But to say two patterns. First pattern that we have announced last week could become the reverse head and shoulders pattern here, because it could become the shoulder, head, another shoulder, and it could be formed. We're not sure that this will work, but market at least could complete the shape of this pattern. The part of this pattern stands with this minor one is the butterfly sell. So if market will complete this butterfly sell, it should reach precisely the neckline and daily fib resistance around 108.50 area. So also will be monthly pivot resistance one. That's why we're watching for this butterfly pattern. Actually, guys, this butterfly has a lot of room to be formed, because, for example, if even market will drop today, wind could take this shape, and this butterfly could be formed until market stands above these lows. That's why on our weekly research we said that our crucial area for this overall setup on this possible retracement stands at 103.50 lows approximately. So if market will take it out and drop below it, then we could say yes, retracement is over, market stands on the way down to the next targets. So major one will be the parity. But until market fluctuates inside of this swing, it keeps chance to form the butterfly. So maybe it will start right from this area if Trump will say nothing. Or it could start from that point if euro will drop slightly, but will hold above this 103.50. So right now market stands in consolidation, some kind of the indecision. But at the same time, we also could watch for this wedge pattern on the hourly chart. This trend line is very important because it has very long history here. I will show you on the contraction chart. You can see that this trend line is some inner trend line for the euro market. So this was support previously, resistance, support, resistance again. Now it stands as resistance. That's why this wedge pattern that's forming, this could become very important, because if market will drop it down, this will be not very typical, not very natural behavior for market that is forming the hand shoulders and stands on the slope, upward slope of the head. So dropping here too far, this will be not very good sign, and maybe it will lead a bit later to the overall ending on the retracement and drop back to the 103.50 area. Besides, if market will fail, will break down this wedge pattern, it probably will drop below the weekly pivot point. That's also will be negative sign. So by nature of this pattern that we have, I mean the hand shoulders, it logically suggests that market should continue move here to the upside. This deep return back, it will be not very good sign and really could become the signs of weakness, and this market really could be ready for a breakout. So upward breakout of this wedge pattern, if this will happen here today above this trend line, will confirm our expectation of this overall setup, I mean hand shoulders and butterfly, and will increase chance that market finally will break through this area. This includes the weekly pivot resistance 1 and 106.70 resistance, and that increased chance the market still could reach the 108.50 area. So that's what we see right now on the euro currency. As you can see, it's not really very fascinating action, but it always happens when the market stands in some kind of the calling sign or retracement indecision. So especially when it expects some important events such as Donald Trump press conference. So, but maybe later we will be in a better position, so maybe some more clarity will appear tomorrow. So, but right now, just 2 moments to watch for. First of all is this wedge pattern, and second, the patterns that we have on the potential patterns that we have on the 4-hour time frame chart.